Hey y'all, I just wanted to kind of give you an update. Um, Yesterday was a really good day. I decided to spend my energies in being productive, and I decided to do what I was good at. What I'm really good at is because of my OCD is cleaning. And my poor dad, he can't get around very well. And his room has just, you know, been collecting dust. And it's just been getting out of hand. And, the floorboards have been getting kind of gross. And there was several different things that, like things at his age you can't squat down and do anymore. I mean, I'm even at my age getting up and down. I'm feeling it today. I'm going to be a little bit more restful today because man, I'm feeling it. I getting up and down, up and down. My body feels like I went through a workout, but those floorboards in his room, they were gross. And you know, he 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 can't get down and scrub them himself. That's something he can't do. And it's been hard because with the government shutdown and we've had struggles. We went to a lawyer and tried to go through a lawyer and get him retired. Well, try to get disability for him and get him retired at the same time. And because of a screw up, and because I've been so severely depressed, I haven't been on top of things. Literally 6 months went by, and because of a screw up, they said one side said they were done, the other side said the other side was incomplete, and basically it didn't get done. So they redid everything, but that's great and all. But now it's just like that whole 6 months he could have been retired. Yeah. So I have to make me a list of definitely contacting the lawyer today, and or not today, but when everything is open again, and just being on top of that, because like I said, he's getting worse. And the poor guy, he came home and they had a busy day for his short shift, and it wore him out. He was zonked out. He was in so much pain, and I had to give him some medication, like that he was normally prescribed, but he then refused to take any of it. But I gave we still had it, and I gave it to him, and it zonked him out, and he slept. But I mean, it at least he wasn't in pain. he was in so much pain. I felt so bad for the poor guy. And I think it's a crying shame that I keep, I've basically have been in such a crap situation. I have failed my father in some aspects. But that's not, I'm going off on the tangent. That's not why I had a good day. I had a good day because I got a lot done, and I felt great about it. I got the windows cleaned well, some of the windows cleaned in the living room. I didn't want to disturb my dad. He was sleeping in front of a couple of the windows. But I got some of the windows cleaned, and I got most of his bedroom cleaned, and got some major laundry done. And my dad was very appreciative of having a clean bed. The one thing about having dogs is the upkeep. People don't talk about the upkeep. Well, my sister's dog, Winston, he has a bad habit of he'll go play out in the yard, and then he runs in, and then he gets into your bed, and he is like a tornado in your bed. He throws the pillows around, and it's crazy. He's a crazy dog. I love that dog to death, but I had a great day with my sister. Like, I do gripe a lot about my sister because she's gone through a lot of heavy stuff too, and that's what sisters do. They bicker about each other. But I don't know how many, like I was saying to my cousin Bob yesterday, literally, I don't know how many countless times my sister has come and saved my butt. Literally. Like, for example, this last Wednesday, just this last Wednesday, I was having a really rough week. Like, I'm trying to quit smoking. It's really hard. It's really rough. I don't recommend ever starting it. Ever. Like, it is the worst. It is the hardest thing to... It is the hardest thing to stop. It is... Especially if you have an anxiety disorder. Because all I want to do all day long is put something in my mouth and chew on it. Or, in my case, puff on it. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird combination. If I'm not huffing on something, I gotta be chewing on something. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I lose my teeth, but even in my sleep, I grind my teeth. My dentists say, dude, you need to let up. Your teeth are literally you're grinding your teeth down to the bone. And I've bought teeth guard. I buy teeth guards, and still, when I have the money, unfortunately, one of the bad problems I have is I lose things a lot, and quite recently I've lost my bite guard because you can get them really cheaply at the store. I mean, thankfully Walmart and Amazon even sells them. Like, you can get them pretty cheaply, but unfortunately right now I don't have a job, so I'm going without. But I digress. I had a really good day with my sister, though, because we played video games and we just had pleasant exchanges. You know, she was just in a great mood. It was a great day. It was great, and like I said, I don't know how many times my sister has been there for me. Like, there has been times when I have been having a really, really, really rough time of it, and my sister's been there. So, I mean, I can't totally say I'm completely alone, because every once in a while my cranky, crabby sister, who is going through a lot, because, you know, we got a crash course in life, unfortunately. Not really anything on our fault, but, I look back and we had a great childhood. It was very, in the fact that when we finally got to living with my grandma, it was almost euphoric. I don't know how to explain it. Because there was moments of terror living with my mom. Um, that's personal stuff that I have to work out between me and my therapist. But yeah, when I started living with my grandma, it was euphoric, but at the same time, we struggled because it was financially hard. She was an elderly lady who was literally about ready to retire. And when I mean retire, she was not really in a good way to retire, and so to speak, herself. Um, but she would have made by. Unfortunately, she then had to provide for two small kids. We didn't come to live with my grandma until I was 7 and my sister was 6. And I'm, from what I can remember, because my first memory, a good, like, solid memory of school, and that's the only way I can describe it, is I was in first grade at Cascade School. And that was kind of like, I probably shouldn't have been in school after being at my mom's. Right away, I probably should have been, like, reintegrated into society, because I had social skill problems from the get-go. I was, like, I viewed everybody hostile, even as a young kid. But again, I'm going off on a tangent. I'm wanting to talk about my good day and how amazing, everything went. And oh, if you if you guys can tell me how to keep on task when you are trying to get everything done, that would be great, because I'm telling you, I was bouncing around from task to task, because I would look up, I would see something, and I'd be like, oh, that is so nasty, I gotta get that done. And sure, I did it, but man, it made, I think, everything so much more difficult yesterday, because I was going from literally one thing to another to another. I literally started, I unloaded the dishwasher, loaded it up, and then started it. And I literally cleared the whole house out of cans and so. Like I said, I just went from one thing after another. It was like watching one of those old-fashioned, you know, arcade games where you saw the ball going bing, 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 bing. I, I, I was going all over the place. I mean, I could be slightly manic, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just having a good day. But I also think I have a touch of ADHD, but I don't know if that's ADHD or if it's the bipolar part, because that's where I was saying I can't focus my brain, because I see something and I get started on tasks, and I don't feel manic, but I'm telling you, I can't stay focused on every day-to-day tasks either. And it can get exhausting. It's relatively hard going from one room to literally going from kitchen to bedroom to living room to bedroom to laundry room to kitchen to like I said, it was just all over. And I was like, dude, if I just finish in one room and learn how to focus my energies and stay on task in one room and just finish everything I need to do in one room. I think it would be so much easier. But I digress. Again, this is my part of my journey. Mental health. Shedding a light on it every day. Wanting you guys to reach out. Make sure you guys recognize, you gotta put down your phone every once in a while and talk to humans. Because maybe I just found out a friend of mine was, during the time I was struggling with depression and suicidal ideation, she was suffering, and we weren't communicating at all during that time. And I'm like, if we would have reached out to each other at all, and see, that's where I feel like we need to try to make an effort as a people to take the time for people who we care about. Like, don't just text them, call them, actually listen to them, and really actually have a conversation with them, and check in with them, and do it when you're not distracted. You know what I mean? Like, focus on the conversation, because giving someone that attention might save their life.